Hello vlog. I am waking up pretty late. It is currently 12:39. But I did journal. It's Wednesday, March 11th, and yeah, I am sorry the camera's like so close because I'm in like really Hello Kitty pajamas on it. I don't really like how it looks right now. I look like a little kid. So bear with me. But yeah, I have been trying to just not wake up so groggy. I think every single day. It's partly the jet lag, partly doom scrolling before, but last night was when I was canoodling more. So Kev actually got me this when he went to SF, and I've played with this before when I was in New York, a different version where it was circle, but it's called Canoodle, and you essentially set up the puzzle, and then you have to put in the rest of the blocks or the balls so that they fit perfectly, but it corresponds to like there's only certain shapes that it can go, so you kind of have to find like the perfect match for it to like all fit. So I've been playing with this instead of doom scrolling, and last night before I went to bed, instead of doom scrolling, I was like, okay, let me just like canoodle. So I've been doing more puzzles, which is good. There's also another variation where you can like stack the balls up to make a pyramid, so there's 3D and 2D. And so, yeah, I'm figuring that out and just, again, trying to get back into my schedule of, like, doing stuff. I haven't been good about that, but, yeah, my birthday passed. I got a lot of games, so I was, like, actually really excited for that. I also got rollerblades, so super excited for that. But I'm probably not going to use them until, like, I'm on, like, what's it called? A bit more, like, flatter ground, because I could do the backyard, but there's little, like, rivets, divots, whatever, and I don't want to fall, because I've tried skateboarding in the back, and like even the rocks, like I'll fall off of that. But yeah, I don't know if I showed this, but I have like the large tapple, but now I have mini tapple, so that was one thing I got. I also got this. It's called Mini Game Party. I saw it on TikTok, and Kev basically got me a bunch of like games because I love games, and I'm wondering if all of these games correspond to me, you know, wanting to be more like analog and not be on my screen, which is totally fine because I don't want to be on my phone as much anyways. Pao got me this Taco Cat cheese pizza. He said it was fun. I read it. Just haven't had enough people to play with. I don't have it here, but I also have, I think it's called Slap the Box or Close the Box. I have that one. What else did Kev get me? I also have, or I just bought Spot It in the Philippines. I have Wavelength, like I've already had those. So this is Spot It. Oh my god, I almost fell. What else do I have? I have I think it's called Flip 7. Yeah, Flip 7. I haven't played that yet. And Codenames, yes, so I got that. So I'm ready for a game night. I enjoy hosting those. I love being a little bit competitive and stuff. So I just want to host that. What else? Oh, recently I did get this because I want to kind of do macrame. I think I probably talked about it before, but you know, macrame is usually with like regular rope, but I was like, oh, this is cool because it's shiny. So I saw that. I plan to make a macrame bag and then hopefully have my mom also make some too, because she actually did this growing up. She said that it was part of her art projects in school. But one thing that I'm actually trying to do is that for people's birthdays, you know, like my family and stuff, I usually growing up, and even for Christmas, I would make gifts with my hand again. I feel like I've kind of lost touch of that because of this digital world and prioritizing work. I have not been doing as much artsy craftsy stuff, and I want to go back to that. I really miss just creating for fun and giving it out. I can't remember the last time I made something and gave it to them for like an occasion. Let me think. And I don't count commissions because like they were asking me to do that. I'm trying to think of like something that I made. But yeah, see, because nothing stands out right now because I feel like I haven't been making stuff. Obviously, rugs. I guess that's probably the last thing I maybe made, but they were also all commissioned, so I'm not sure if I could say that. But yeah, and see, and I think that also might be the problem with me, is that like once I pick up a skill, eventually it's like, okay, I'm very grateful that I could get paid for, you know, the commissions and the art that I do. But at the same time, it's like, why can't I just pick something up just to be happy with it and just to do it and not eventually get paid for it. I think that's, I don't know, maybe that's the hard part of being an artist and a creative. But yeah, so who knows? Perhaps down the line, this will actually be like a Killing Co bag, and you know, that'd be totally fine because this is cool. I just love doing like unique stuff, and I think this year, like my word for the year was build, and I just want to build a bunch of different things. So I think this year is like really expanding into different products, so I'm totally fine if I go into this and just like figure it out. But yeah, I have a couple things down the line for Killing Co, and I'm like planning it, but I'm not sure how everything will play out. So there are a lot of exciting things, and I have like so much ideas, but I just need to act on it. So I think that's one thing that I kind of have to be better about myself, is shortening the time from when I say I'm going to do something from when I'm actually going to do it, because I think that also boosts my confidence. Like if I say I'm going to do something and then it's been like years until I do it, then obviously I'm going to have my confidence shot just a little bit, because I'm like, I can't even count on myself. So I've been kind of trying to change my mindset and having to act faster. No part of it is me losing motivation, and again, adjusting to the jet lag and everything. I feel like I still haven't fully recovered. I'm still sleeping late, but there's still small things that I'm proud of for myself, so I will give myself that at least. But yeah, so again, I haven't been as consistent with these vlogs as much as I want to be, but at least I was able to do it today. But yeah, that's all for my life update. Oh, one quote that actually somebody close to me said to me recently, which I'll share it here. It says, "Forgive yourself for not knowing earlier what only time can teach." And so I think that's just something that, you know, I want to kind of hold close to my heart in general, just because it's very easy for us to beat ourselves up about the past. And I think, you know, having these reminders are good grounding frameworks, or like resetting. And I even have my journal of like, in here I kind of have like life quotes or things that resonate with me, so that I can kind of always have these reminders. But yeah, so if you don't have one, I kind of suggest you make one, because I think every so often when I kind of lose motivation, like it's good to just have this like life journal. This one is just like, you know, different frameworks. I started it in December of 2025. So obviously it hasn't been that long, but you can see that I started off just drawing stuff that was like pretty that I saw. And then eventually it got into different things where it's like, then it's like specific quotes, or it's things that I'll like watch a video and then I will eventually copy the information, or like I'll try to say it from memory in my head and then write it down, so that my brain kind of like works a bit more, because obviously my brain hasn't been working as much because I'm very much so on like autopilot. But yeah, I haven't done this as often, so I'm trying to get back into it, but perhaps like in the future I will be doing more about like these frameworks and stuff, or at least like the quotes that resonate with me and why it resonated with me. But yeah, that's all for this video. I actually have to get back to a lot of crafting, because those gifts that I want to make for people's like occasions and those birthdays are actually coming up, so I need to plan now. But yes, thank you for watching. Bye!